Are you looking to climb the Canadian credit card ladder? I've seen videos on US credit card ladders, but I've never seen videos on Canadian credit cards. So this video is pretty straightforward. We're gonna break down into 5 different credit card tiers, and then choose the best credit cards for each tier. Cause the reality is there's probably dozens of credit cards per tier, but why go for those B grade cards when you can go for those A grade cards? Like, I'm Asian, we always want to get the best deals. That includes cashback and rewards for credit cards. So the first of the 5 tiers, you have the starter cards. These are the cards that basically everybody can get. Low to no credit scores required. Most don't even have a rewards program. Low credit limit. Basically cards that help you build up that credit score. Tier 2, you have the entry level cards. Cards in this category mostly have no annual fees. Credit limit between $500 and $3,000. A credit score of about 600 should be enough to get you one of these cards. And don't underestimate some of the cards in this tier, because some of them are actually some of the best credit cards in Canada. The next tier are the mid-tier cards. At this tier, you start to see some of the best benefits and reward systems, sometimes even better than the next tier of credit cards. Most of them has an annual fee of about $100 to $200. Although some are still free, you'll start to see some unique perks like priority boarding for flights, travel insurance. The thing is, you most likely need an income of about $60,000 to $80,000 to qualify for these credit cards, which is a bit of a downside. And you need a credit score of most likely above 700. Credit limits start at about $5,000 and can go all the way up to like $20,000 in some cases. For most people, these will be considered their main cards for daily purchases. Premium cards, usually considered the highest tier of cards you can actually apply for. The major selling point for these cards is basically giving you the best perks for traveling, like entry to lounges, purchase protection, and like the best travel insurance coverages. Needless to say, these premium credit cards are geared towards the ultra rich that travel a lot. These credit cards don't seem to give you the best rewards or cashback, but basically make up for it with amazing traveling perks. No surprise, these credit cards come with a hefty annual fee, usually starting at about $500. Credit limit starts at around $10,000 and can easily go into the 6 figures. Like, unless you're like truly like ultra rich, there's really no point of like going for this tier, because the rewards are hardly worth it if you don't travel a lot. It's like a status symbol. You want to impress your date? Just whip out that Amex Platinum card. Well, like I don't have it, so I can't impress anyone. Now for the top tier, invitation only cards. The name speaks for itself. You have to be invited to be a holder. Unless you have a thick wallet. Like, look at me. Does it look like I have the experience? It's thin. But let's be honest, it's a status symbol. Like, your credit score doesn't even matter anymore. These come with a hefty fee of thousands of dollars just to open an account. And thousands of dollars in annual fee just to maintain it every single year. I mean, I get impressed with unboxing a charge card.
Nice.
Look at the mechanics, whoa! Ignore the accent. So let's go over the best credit cards in each tier, and we're gonna ignore the highest tier. Hopefully you understand. Starting with the starter cards. If you're in this tier, you probably have bad credit or you're a student, which means your options are a little bit more limited. For students, you've got the Student BMO Cashback MasterCard, offering 3% cashback on groceries, or consider the CIBC Visa Aeroplan card for students. Aeroplan is one of the best travel reward systems in Canada, and each point is worth about 2 cents. And CIBC Aeroplan Visa card for students gives you about 1.33% rewards on Aeroplan points. And that's for most purchases. Other categories gives you more. Not too shabby for a student's card. Now, if you're not a student anymore and you have bad credit, there's always hope. Even after declaring bankruptcy, your credit score can still recover in 7 years. 7 years sounds long, but it really isn't. But for people with bad credit, you're basically only limited to secured credit cards, which basically require you to pay a security deposit, which, you know, sucks. But credit card issuers use it to mitigate risk. And these credit cards usually have no rewards or benefits. But that shouldn't matter. Your main job right now is to pay your credit cards on time, so that the credit agencies know that you're reliable. You know, improve that credit score. With that said, the best secured credit card is the Neo Secured Credit. Security deposit can be as low as $50. And if you didn't know, for these secured credit cards, your security deposit is your credit limit. limit, which is how these banks mitigate the risk. If you can't pay your credit card, well then they just take your deposit. But what's actually great is that you actually get cash back with Neo secured credit. Well, 0.5% isn't much, but it's something. And they have a bunch of partners they work with, and you can get decent cash back if you shop at those partners. The problem is they only report your payments to TransUnion, so Equifax, the other credit agency, doesn't get those reports. I mean, it would be nice if they could start reporting to Equifax as well, so technically you can be improving your credit score with TransUnion, but your Equifax score still sucks. So if you want a financial institution to report to both Equifax and TransUnion, get the Home Trust secured Visa card. Not as great, but reports to both. For entry-level cards, tier 2, we have a lot more choices. These are cards for people that's built a bit of credit history, probably just entered the workforce, and are ready for better rewards and cashback. Now, I already mentioned a lot of them in the previous video, the best no-fee credit cards in Canada, so check it out. But I'll quickly mention 4 the best. My favorite is the Simply Visa Cashback. The 4% restaurant cashback is the highest for no-fee credit card, and honestly I think it's the highest for any credit cards in Canada right now. Next, the Tangerine Money Back MasterCard. 2% cashback for up to 3 categories. What I like to do is to select categories in which no other credit cards have higher cashbacks for, like furniture, home improvement. This allows you to cover more categories at a higher cashback, because most credit cards have a boosted rate for groceries, restaurants, and gas, which makes the Tangerine MasterCard one of the best backup credit cards in Canada, at least in my opinion. Brim Financial MasterCard. For those that like to shop in a foreign currency, travel, and enjoy no foreign exchange fees. The PC Silver MasterCard, offering up to 1.6% return on purchases in Optimum points. So if you've built a little bit of credit and just started working, these entry-level cards could net you about $500 or $1,000 in value every single year. And if you ask me, that's pretty damn sick. Okay, for the next tier, the mid-tier cards, for most of us, that's the highest tier we'll ever go, because honestly, it provides the best balance between rewards and cost. These cards are for people with great credit history, probably several years into their careers, and have some purchasing power. If you get the right cards in this category, your total rewards can easily go into the thousands. So here are some of the best in this category. Although most credit cards in this category requires an annual fee, there's a couple that don't. First, the Triangle World Elite MasterCard, the most secret overpowered card in Canada. I made a video about this so you can check it out. In short, you get rewards for paying your bills, like home taxes and utilities. Come on, that makes this card a must-have. And free roadside assistance. The second free card in this category, I mean, I keep talking about it in this channel. It's the PC World Elite MasterCard. Not gonna get into the details because I made a video about it. However, if you're in the Optimum Points ecosystem, this card is good enough to be your main card. Next, we have 3 with an annual fee. First is almost the consensus best credit card in Canada, the Amex Kobo card. I mean, I talked about this card in the past already, and you can find information on this card everywhere online, cause it's that good. And basically for most people, this will be their main spending card. Like, I'm not a heavy spender, but by utilizing the boosted rewards for groceries, I'm able to accumulate enough points to fly to and from Asia once a year, or multiple domestic or inter-North American flights. Another card that I would recommend in this category, the Scotiabank Visa Infinite Cashback, the best cashback credit card for groceries and recurring bills. For most of us, recurring bills like phone, internet bills, streaming services is a major expense, and this card kind of takes care of that. The last card that I would recommend in this tier is the Brim World Elite. Basically the same as the regular Brim MasterCard, just higher cashback. Basically, if you buy a lot of crap in the foreign currency and travel a lot, this card's a good option. Okay, for the 4th tier, the premium cards, let's be honest, most of us don't need to be in this category unless you're very wealthy and travel a lot, or perhaps you own a business and you actually need the benefits of these premium cards. The thing about these cards is that it's really not about the rewards anymore, it's about the travel perks. And there's 2 cards that I would recommend that provides great travel perks. The Scotiabank Platinum Amex card, some of the perks being paying no phone transaction fees, 10 free lounge visits annually, and amazing insurance coverages offshore. So I mean, if you shop a lot when you're traveling, this is a pretty good option. The last card is become a status symbol. You know it, it's the Amex Platinum card. It's like the most popular credit card for rich people. I mean, it makes sense, even though the annual fee is hefty, $800, but it does make your traveling easier, like priority security lines, unlimited free lounge access. I mean, the things that rich people care about, time and comfort, this card has it all. So it doesn't matter that the rewards isn't as good, cause as they say, time is money, even more so if you're rich. So in conclusion, these are the cards that I would recommend in each tier. Within each tier, there are some better cards and worse cards. You want to make sure you get the better credit cards in each tier so you get the best bang for your buck. And if you have the chance to upgrade to the next tier, do it, cause you do get better benefits. But consider stopping at the mid tier, cause if you're not ultra rich and traveling a lot, you might not get the full benefits of the premium cards. And just cause I didn't want to leave it blank, I put the black Amex card in the invite only tier, cause that's the only card in Canada that I know is invite only. Alright, that's it for today. What tier of credit cards are you on? If you have any questions, comment down below. I make financial tips for Canadians in my long form content and financial comedy in my shorts. Thank you all, and I'll see you next time.